How to get Russian citizenship. I know it seems like a strange question, you might think, but I get this question almost daily in my inbox. So let's go through it. The normal way through residency takes 5 years. There are a couple shortcuts. You can get married. They changed the rules recently. I don't remember if it's 2 or 3 years now if you're married now to a Russian citizen. If you have a child with a Russian citizen, you can get it right away under the new rules. If you're a student and graduate with what's called a red diploma, which is top marks, you can get citizenship right away when you graduate. So the first step is you need to move here under a resident permit. There's a couple ways to do that. One, you can move here as a student. When you graduate, you can then get a resident permit. And a lot of students do stay here. We have a lot of people coming from Africa now, and they decide to stay here. A lot of Nigerians. I've got a couple friends from Uganda and all over Africa here, and they find life is very good here. The other way is to go through the lottery, which is actually quite difficult because, people think, oh, people aren't migrating to Russia, but they are, especially from Africa and former Soviet republics and, other areas of the world, because life here is much better than in many parts of the world. There's lots of job opportunities and so forth. And the racism levels here are extremely low compared to most parts of the world. You can also come as a student. As I mentioned before, if you want to teach English, if you're a native English speaker, that's a very easy visa to get, the English teacher visa. But there's a really easy visa to get if you're from one of the Western countries. So if you're from America, Canada, any part of Europe, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and there's a few others in there. I think maybe Philippines was one. I'm not sure. But you can come out of the new special values visa, which is called the SVV. And basically all you have to do is get the SVV visa. And then when you come here, you basically write a letter why you wanted to come here. Like, I like Russian family values or something like that. And then you will get your temporary resident permit, the TRP, or in Russian, the VNJ. You spend, I think it's 2 years on that. Then after that, you convert it to a permanent residency. And during both temporary and permanent residency, you can come and go in and out of Russia, no problem. You have the rights to work. You have rights to free healthcare. You basically have all the rights of a citizen, except you can't vote and you don't have to have military service. So if you're a young male, right now, I believe the conscription age is up to age 30. So if you're 30 or under, if you gain citizenship, but not residency, you'll need to do your mandatory service, which I think is 1 year. Doesn't mean you're going off to the conflict. And if you are a conscious objector, you can work in the post office, or they'll have you painting grass. They call it painting grass. They just give you, community tasks to do. It's not a fun thing, but if you're willing to go through that, fine. Otherwise, you can just keep renewing your residence permits even beyond the 5 year. You can stay on a resident permit for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever. And then when you age out of the conscription age, you can get citizenship if you want. So right now, I believe it's 30, but I think it was 26 and they changed it. There used to be an exemption, like if you did foreign military service or you had certain dual citizenship, you have to. But that was eliminated several years ago because some of the southern republics, they had mandatory military service in their country. They would come to Russia to get out of their military service. Then they didn't have military service here. So they made an agreement, and it ended up affecting Americans and other people too. And if it's 30 right now, since it was a little bit, I think it was 26, it could change again. It could go 32, 33. It might not, but you may want to wait till you're 35 or 40. In my case, I'm 50, so I'm well beyond the conscription age. Plus, I have health issues that would disqualify me anyways. So it's no problem for me. And my case is very different, though. And I've been fast-tracked for a variety of reasons, but I have political asylum, which is, for me, it was a better step to go through the political asylum route first, because it gives me additional protections from harassment. But this year I will be most likely accepting my Russian citizenship. So those are the factors. That's, if you want to think about it, if you make $1,000 a month here, you can live comfortably. If you have external income already, you make more on it, you can live very well. I know many people that teach English here. If you're a native speaker, you can make a lot of money teaching English because there's a huge demand. And you can make $2,000 or $3,000 a month teaching English, which may not sound like a lot in the West. But $2,000 or $3,000 here, multiplied by about 4. So if you make say you make $2,000 a month here, it's like making $8,000 back in the U.S. And the taxes are lower. And you don't have education debt. You don't have healthcare you have to pay for because healthcare is free. The minute you even get on temporary residence, healthcare is free. You can get into the education system for free. I mean, there's so many benefits you hear. Public transport is extremely cheap. And if you have like a pension or something, if you have $2,000 a month, even in St. Petersburg, you can live well on $2,000 a month. You make more than that, you can live like a prince. And I'm just being very honest with you. But as with anything, I'd recommend you come check it out first. Even before, if you're thinking about going the SVV route, get a tourist visa first. If you're American, you can get them up to 3 years. You can get a 3-month one, but it's not much of a difference in price. So you might as well get the 3-year one if you're American. If from another country, get the 3-month visa, just come check it out and take a look and, get your bearing and see what you think about it. And then if you want, go home, get the special values visa if you're eligible, and then come back and decide what you want to do. If you are interested in this kind of thing, I work with a legal and business organization here that has immigration specialists, and we can assist you in those sorts of things. So what I recommend you do is find the Telegram group, not the channel. There's a Telegram channel and a Telegram group. The channel is where I post videos. The group is where we have discussions. And in it is a Russia room. And we can discuss your move to Russia if you want. But again, I recommend everybody come here and try it. Some people move here blindly, and the ones I've known, it's all worked out for them. But no matter what country you go to, you really should come check it out first. So any questions? Let me know.